How's it going, everyone? This is Dixon of the Ultimate Gamer I'm logging on. And a few days ago, I just released a review and kind of like a review talk of the latest release of Blood Refresh Supply, which back in 2019 I did a retrospective on the Blood series. Well, mainly on the first game. Didn't talk about the second game. I was just talking about the first game and all the updates, all the updated versions after that one. Of course, recently they came out with a refresh supply version of Blood last month, not just for PC but for consoles. Of course, as you notice in my video I just released for the refresh supply, I didn't really do a lot of editing after I put the video together, so you'll be hearing some two-time like all those and all that crap. So I didn't get a chance to edit the whole thing. So after all, I'm a one-man crew. Let alone, this is not one of the projects I take seriously either, since I'm planning on trying to do a better retrospective one day for it. That was just a quickie after all. But here's the point I want to talk about: what games they should do in the future. I mean, for remasters. Topic here about remastering games or updating remastered games is with the use of games that use the Ken Silverman's 3D build engine. Like Blood, for instance, which they already did that twice. Pretty much during the last decade, I was actually waiting a long time for a remaster of that, since they had Duke Nukem 3D and Shadow Warrior remastered in the early 10s. And I was hoping that remastered version of Blood would come along, and it finally did in 2018 when they announced it. Then they released it in 2019 as fresh supply. I thought I saw everything, but it turned out I didn't exactly see everything, because in 2025, another remaster came along, not just for the PC, but for the consoles for the first time. So that's pretty much a plus for console gamers, and I'm pretty satisfied with this version too. Get to the topic of 3D realms and the build engine and all that. However, I noticed that the remastered version of Duke Nukem 3D from in the Shadow Warrior Classic Redux from Devolver Digital and General Arcade, which they did a pretty awesome job with the Duke Nukem 3D Megaton edition that added all the expansion packs together. And I had a blast of a time on playing that one. And there's also Shadow Warrior Classic Redux, and that was a pretty well done remaster. And it's around the same time when both those remasters were done by the same people, General Arcade, around the same time. Unfortunately, the Duke Nukem 3D Megaton edition was removed from digital storefronts due to licensing and being owned by Gearbox. And of course, they were releasing the 20th anniversary edition, which feels more like a downgrade compared to the Megaton edition, because it doesn't have all the expansion packs. However, it did have one extra episode. I mean, a new episode, which is okay, but still pathetic excuses just not to add the expansion packs if the other one can. Especially for $10 more, doesn't really make sense. I mean, both of the Shadow Warrior Redux and Duke Nukem Megaton edition were $10, and then the 20th anniversary Duke Nukem was $20. And they had less to offer. Though the 20th anniversary had console ports, but so what? I mean, I still like that version too, it's just that I would rather prefer the Megaton edition. Speaking of remasters and anniversary edition, this is the 30th anniversary of Duke Nukem 3D. 20th anniversary came out 10 years ago. I think it's time for another updated version, especially as Blood got another updated version. Hopefully, Duke Nukem 3D can get the same treatment. But I'm hoping that Atari, that owns 90's Studios, can acquire the rights for Duke Nukem 3D, as well as Shadow Warrior Classic Redux, the classic game. I don't care about the remake or the sequels of Shadow Warrior. Just the 3D build engine games. It would be really nice if the 90's Studios could remaster Duke Nukem 3D. I'm pretty sure they'll do a hell of a lot better job than Gearbox. I mean, also bring back all the episodes all the expansion packs, Duke It Out, DC, Lights of Caribbean, and Nuclear Winter, plus all the expansion packs that were not released before. I'm not aware of. Or plus also add new episodes. Also add console ports like Duke Nukem 64 or Total Meltdown, which is actually the PlayStation version of Duke Nukem 3D that has exclusive levels. I mean, I'm just saying it would be really awesome if the 90's Studios can do that after the treatment of other classic first-person shooter games been given love to, especially with Blood. However, Duke Nukem 3D deserves proper love, though, too. And the Shadow Warrior Classic Redux, or the original Shadow Warrior game, could use another update since it's been a long time, as well as getting console ports as well. There's other build engine games like Redneck Rampage. It'd be nice to see if they get remasters, as well as NAM and WW2 game, WW2 GI game. You know, those games were not great, but they can at least get some fixings. Well, that's pretty much all I gotta say here. I'm just hoping that remasters of games like Duke Nukem 3D and Shadow Warrior can get a Night Dive treatment, like they get a treatment from Night Dive, like they give the same treatment to Blood, and add more content to it, and add more console games if there weren't, even though there weren't console games for Shadow Warrior at the time. You know how it is. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching and listening. This is Dixon of Ultimate Gamer. I'm logging off. By the way, that's the lovely Tiffany back. Till next time.